For narcissists and toxic people, marriage is the finish line. And if you're new here, I have narcissistic personality disorder. So coming from the narcissist perspective, we want to get married. That way we can turn it off. We turn it off when we get married. We don't add things to it. We don't get better. We don't transition into a better person once we get married. It's like we running the race. We cross that marriage finish line. We're like, done, got you. You're trapped now. While you, on the other end of the perspective, you think that marriage is going to make everything better. Maybe when we get married, he or she can go back to the person they were in the beginning of the relationship. I know they have the potential to go back to that person. I'm just hoping and praying that once we get married and have kids and things like that, it'll go back to the beginning. Newsflash, it does not get better. Adding kids, adding a marriage, adding a mortgage does not make toxic people better. It actually makes them worse because the more you add, the more they feel like they have you trapped. So narcissists see marriage as the finish line, whereas survivors and victims see it as the start. Hope this helps. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform on social media of over 1.5 million people nowadays to raise awareness for NPD, get more people in through therapy, and also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series is dedicated to making my TikToks and my YouTube shorts longer. They are 60 seconds or less, and this is going to be a lot longer than 60 seconds. The episode you just watched was about how marriage is the finish line for narcissists, y'all. For narcissists, the title of it says it clearly. Marriage is the finish line. It just is, y'all. It just is. The finish line. Narcissists, that's why narcissists like to move fast. We like to rush. We like to rush through all the yard markers, through all the measuring stick of a narcissistic relationship. We like to get through all of that as soon as humanly possible. We enjoy doing that because it helps us get you quicker. It helps you fall in love quicker. Hey, we talk about marriage really, really quickly. We talk about kids really, really quickly. We future fake the bejesus out of you. You know what I mean? Steamy cheeks everywhere. Y'all clapping cheeks. You clap cheeks everywhere. That's how it goes. And when you're dealing with toxic people, that's how it goes. That's literally part of the dynamic when you're dealing with a toxic person. Or when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, it's like speed. I tell this all the time, y'all. Speed is the weapon of the narcissist. It just is. Do all narcissists move extremely fast? No, not all of them, but a lot of them do. The love bombing phase, it seems like, it seems like when you are 3 months into a relationship with a narcissist, it can feel like 2-3 years. Y'all have done so much stuff that people that you know took 3 years to get to that point. Y'all have done that already. Y'all left the country on week-long vacations. The kids have been intermingled and y'all best friends in 3 months. You know what I mean? Y'all have moved in together, they living together. You're already engaged 3 months in. Or you're married 3 months in. You went to the courthouse. So you know what? Let's elope. And y'all, narcissism. If you experience narcissism, the finish line is the marriage, y'all. Narcissists are rushing to get to the finish line. It's a race for a narcissist. It literally is a race. We are sprinting to the finish line to get there. It's a race. It's a sprint. It's the 100-meter dash, and we are Usain Bolt. Bam, 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 bam. Pow! The gunshot off. Love bombing. Jump over to her. Bam, 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 bam. Relationship status. Bam, bam, bam. Weekend. Living together. Boom. Engaged. Boom. Married. World record marriage. World record. A world record in a marriage 100-meter dash. That's how it goes, y'all. Slow it. As I tell people, slow it down. If it don't feel right, slow it down. When you're moving fast in a narcissistic relationship, typically all your boundaries are just being pushed. People say there were no red flags at the beginning. Yeah, there are red flags, but you're moving too fast. There are red flags, but you're speeding through them. It's harder to see red flags when you're moving quickly. It's hard to see red flags when you're moving quickly. Slow it down. And sometimes, y'all know the robot reset. Somebody take my batteries out my back. Take the batteries out, blow them, and put them back in so I can restart. If you know I can't talk. You know the phases of a narcissistic relationship. The love bombing phase comes first, and then next to it is the love bombing idealization. Then here comes the devalue phase. Once the narcissist starts to devalue you, they treat you differently. They give you less. They give you less and less and less. but it feels like more because they start to restrict things. If they, a kiss from your significant other feels a lot more, feels a lot better for some reason. It's worth a lot more when you haven't been kissed or touched in a month. You have had, you have had your cheeks clapped or clapped any cheeks in 2 months. It feels a lot better. It's more. It just feels like a reward as opposed. It does. Yeah. But that's how it goes right there when you're dealing with toxic people. Breadcrumbing, intermittent reinforcement. They start taking stuff away from you. But look, guess what? You remember those first few months. You remember that first year or so, right? You remember that type of stuff. So you hold on to the relationship. You don't go anywhere. You hold on because you remember their potential. You know they have the possibility. You know they have the capabilities of giving you everything that you want and need, right? So you stay, hoping that it'll get better, hoping that it'll go back to the beginning, right? When he's like, maybe when they get married, they'll change. They'll become the husband that I need. They'll become the wife that I need. They'll become the partner, the non-binary partner that I need, the spouse that I need. So you get married thinking it's going to get better. The narcissist gets married and it gets worse. They shut it down because now they got you. They get you pregnant. They shut it down because then now they got you. Those are trap moves. Those are trap moves. Once they feel like they have you secured in a relationship for some way, shape, or form, they turn it off. It's like literally, it's like the light goes off, like bam. You're like, well, what just happened? What happened to the relationship? What happened to the love? What happened to the care? What happened to all that stuff? It just went off. I'm gonna turn back on. It's balance. Y'all see how I feel like two-faced right here. This is the narcissist side, and this is the empath side over here. No, but it's like I said, it doesn't get better when the relationship with a narcissist doesn't get better. The more committed you become, the more the more boundary, the more steps you take, the levels you cross, the yard markers you hit. It doesn't get better as you take more steps, as you get married, as you have kids. It does not get better for you. It just doesn't, because when narcissists are looking for a reason to turn it off. You're looking for a reason to turn it on. You're hoping, like you are elevated in your abilities. Like you start pretty cold and you get hot too. The love bombing makes you hot, so you try to stay hot, but you try to get hotter. Narcissist starts off hot and eventually fizzes off. It's like a piece of ice. The ice, a piece of ice, and it melts and turns in, it turns into condensation, turns into steam. It goes away. It fizzles away. You know it does. So when you're dealing with narcissistic people, toxic people, realize that the marriage is the finish line. They do not get better. I see so many people. I saw a meme, or not a meme. It was a video on TikTok where they was just like, you stop doing boyfriend duties stop doing boyfriend duties. Stop doing husband duties for somebody that doesn't want to be your wife. Stop doing wifely duties for somebody who doesn't want to be doesn't want to marry you. I'm telling you. Y'all think when you get when you get a ring, sometimes like, oh, I'm engaged. I need to turn it up. I need to turn it up a notch. The narcissist is like, oh, we're engaged. I'm going to level down a little bit. I'm gonna turn the knob to the left. I'm gonna turn on the dimmer switch. I'm gonna make it a little bit more dim. You're trying to light it up. They're trying to make it a little bit more dim. You see how that works right there? The dynamic is switched up. The dynamic is changed of the relationship. So narcissists get you married. Like I said, they cross the finish line. That 100-meter, 100-meter love bombing dash, or whatever I said earlier. I forgot what I said earlier. It was funny. I forget what I say a lot of these videos, y'all. Like, I try to, y'all know I try to go through respond to as many comments as I can, and y'all be laughing at something and you'll quote it, and I'm like, what did I say? Especially an older video. Y'all find an older video and comment on it. Like somebody was talking about the no contact parrot the other day. When I said like get a parrot that helps you remember no contact. It was like, no contact. No contact. It just says no contact. That's the words you teach a parrot to say. No contact. Yeah. That was pretty funny. And that was off the top of my head, y'all. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, though I tell people slow down. Slow down. Enjoy. Like, it's not a sprint. You are running, like I said, you are running a marathon. You're running a long distance race. The narcissist is running a sprint. Y'all on the same track, but you're running different races. Like 100-meter dash and the 400-meter, the 400-meter relay are two totally different things. You're running a 5K and a narcissist is running, like I said, 100-meter dash. They're running the 200 hurdles. They're running the 200-meter hurdles, or running 1 mile. You're running a 5K. They're going to beat you there. And if you feel like you're hitting too many yard markers, too many relationship markers, or too many relationship milestones too quickly, pump the brakes. Y'all should. Sometimes this is a red flag right here that a lot of people don't realize. If you are afraid to say no, he's like, if I say no, maybe they'll leave me. That's a red flag right there. That means that you scared to say no. You think they're gonna leave you. Means that you scared to set a boundary, which is terrible, because if you are scared to set a boundary in the beginning, or you let them take your boundaries away in the beginning, that sets a precedence for the end of the relationship. That sets a precedence. If whatever happens at the beginning, you set a precedence for the rest of the relationship. You do. If you let them treat you bad in the beginning, they're going to treat you bad the rest of the relationship. You let them lie to you in the beginning, they're going to lie to you for the rest of the relationship. If you let them cheat on you in the beginning, they're going to cheat on you for the rest of the relationship. That's you're setting the precedent early on in the relationship. So, take your power back and realize that marriage is the finish line for narcissists. So take your time, y'all. Slow down. Make sure this is right. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is there to protect you. Your heart will get you hurt. Your intuition is there to protect you. They need to be in alignment. Your heart and your mind need to be aligned. If your heart is just like, I'm in love, let's run forward, but your mind is just like, ooh, pump the brakes, and you go with your heart, guess what? You run off a cliff. Slow down. Take your time. Why rush? If this is forever, why are we rushing? Ask yourself that question. If this is supposed to be forever, this is my significant, if this is my mate for life, why are we rushing? Ask that question. If they push back on it, he's like, why are we rushing? If this is supposed to be forever, why are we rushing? Because if forever, we can get started on forever earlier. Why slow down? Why are they pushing against your boundaries? Can we slow down a little bit? Why are we rushing? Why are we slowing down? Why not rush to get married? You don't love me? You must not love me enough. Like, let's call the whole thing off then. Let's just break up. Boom. They just went a whole different direction. Slow down. Take your time. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. So be blessed. Like and subscribe for more, and turn on notifications. I'm going live every day this month. I promise you. I've already been live 3 days, so today is day 4. I'll be live on what's today? I went live on TikTok yesterday, so I'll be live on Instagram, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until this is out. Peace.